All right. Hello and welcome back. Last time, we finally finished exploring all the corners of the desecrated cave underneath the Archduke's manor. We had encountered and stopped a demon summoning after dealing with the Globrezu and several cultists, as well as encountered some vampire spawn and some ghouls and ghasts, some mercenaries that happened to charm Steen as part of the entertainment that ensued. All the encounters could be considered a victory from a tactical sense. You learned, especially once you came across those vampire spawn, which turned out to be what we assumed was the apothecary's wife and daughter, who had been turned. They kind of gave way that their entire purpose of doing all that they had done was a distraction to keep the party from getting to the door before it was closed and sealed at exactly sunset. So the door was closed and magically sealed until dawn. So, left with nowhere further to go, the party returned upstairs and made a few preparations before trying to get a full rest. And so, along those lines, what preparations are we doing or making?
For the rest, I did one thing of holy water, and I gave that to Lumo.
Mm-hmm.
I summoned a familiar.
I want to
Okay.
find some wood furniture and smash it and try to make some shards of it into stakes or something I can stab him with the wood stakes.
There was plenty of nice wooden furniture all through that upper level. And so there would be, with the sheer number of rooms across the entirety of the big manor house, there would be one. I mean, there could be 3 rooms to every party member. There's plenty of furniture to make rudimentary devices of that type.
I would help Izzy with that.
I make 7 catapults.
I prepared my anti-vampire spray.
I also write a letter. Carcota does.
If there's any time left, I would probably go up to Karth or Bijou and ask them if they can take a look at the gold ring that Ileana gave me and make sure that there's no magic, like if they can tell if there's any kind of like arcane tracking device in it or anything like that.
I wouldn't be able to help you.
I do not have like detect magic loaded at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I can make it glow. Karth can make it glow in the dark, though.
They do have. You only had, if I recall, 2 free hours total.
Yeah.
Any extra time I had, I would play music to try and encourage my compadres.
Now, this is all before we go to sleep.
I think so.
Carcota wants to put some more paint on when he wakes up. The hell.
So
The
you
whole
would all
montage.
so we already did say that we'd all make it through unmolested on the long rest. All of the evil that has loose amongst the grounds has been purged that we're aware of anyway. All that is left is what's contained behind the sealed door. I was trying to remember. I believe we had planned to get up an hour before dawn. That was the last thing said.
I believe that's right.
That way you could make any last minute, put armor back on, do those kinds of things, and then get down and be ready for official dawn when the door opens. If there's nothing else, then why don't we go ahead and doodly-doo on down to where we will pick up for today.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
He's already got a thing ready. Why? 1,800 zombies are coming out of that hole.
Oh
But
yeah.
is the door not open when we get there?
It does not open immediately. From what you know, this the major part of the seal that is supposed to keep it shut is supposed to end at dawn.
Do we know approximately how much time that is?
By the time everyone, if we got up an hour till, and we got all of our, armored up and came on down, it'd probably 15 minutes or less. By the time we made it here. So if we want to just wait the 15 minutes, we can do that. Or if there was something we want to do last minute before we're here.
Well, I wanted to wait as long as possible till right before I thought it was going to be open, or right as it was opening. I want to start playing my pan flute and play counter charm so that all the people within 30 feet of me have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay. Yeah, so just as the door is opening. Alright, we can do that.
I'm gonna use bark skin on Lumo.
Bark skin on me?
Yeah, you don't have any armor on, right?
Doesn't bark skin just make sure that my armor can't be below 18 or 16?
Hold on.
Yeah, it just can't be less than 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I think is.
Yeah. Mine's one higher than that. I don't need it. Thanks for thinking of me.
Mm-hmm.
The death ward that you cast on Izzy lasted 8 hours? 12 hours? I can't remember.
8 hours. Yeah, it's gone.
The grappled condition probably also gone. And Karth's gonna use. So, what about the mage armor for Karth? Is he gonna buff up on that, or?
Not yet.
Okay, then I'll drop. Alright, if there's no other triggers or buffs or any other thing we'd like to do at this point, we will say that it is, by your best estimation, dawn.
I would like to say, Drad, remember we're your friends.
Yes.
There is no dread here.
Wolfman. Shoulder massage.
I don't know things. Then
I think we want to send in Wolfen for diplomacy, guys.
Yep.
That's what we got.
and if I kind of use my bark skin on Lumo, I'd use it on Izzy or Biju. I mean, bring her AC up to 16
Okay.
for 1 hour.
On me?
Mm-hmm. I think I just click it and drag it to you, and it'll give it to you, right?
Should. We'll see. See what it does. If it has an action or an effect built into the spell already.
I don't think it does.
I didn't see one on the effects thing that I had.
No, I don't see one either.
Okay, so we'll just say to go in Bijou to your main page of your character sheet and just change your AC to 16 for the time being. Until such time as those effects wear off.
So put it like under armor.
Your AC.
Since you've got Dex, you might just put under miscellaneous 4 on the armor thing.
Okay.
Or not the initiative, on the armor one though. Very last box on the long string.
Got it.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sweet.
Okay.
If everybody's ready, Izzy's visibly shaking, but she's gonna go up to the door and try to open it like she did the other one.
Okay.
Just puts her hand out to it.
So as you put your hand on the door, just like you'd done the other one, the door itself, it starts, like the whole cavern begins to quake, and you can hear the creaking of the iron as the door begins to move, and it starts to swing. Both doors simultaneously start to swing outward from the room, so back towards you rather, or I guess it'd be from your perspective.
Oh.
Will start to swing and open inward as the doors push open.
I take a couple steps back then. My dagger's out, and I'm ready if anything comes out attacking us to throw it.
As the doors creak their way open, you can see before you is a staggered, tiered series of platforms with what appears to be long steps at about 45 degrees that go up to the upper dais. At the very bottom of this, which is what is surprisingly well lit room, especially by comparison to the rest of the cave, which has been in utter darkness. Where the floor tiles look to change color is about a 10-foot wall there of solid, like marbly stone with decorative pattern on it, and then there is a plateau, and then up above on that plateau another 10 foot up is this center dais. The room itself vaulted nearly 30 feet, which, if you think just a moment, kind of makes very little sense, because you're only 15 feet underground or so, but it doesn't seem to move up to the surface beyond. The walls are very smooth, black obsidian stone, whereas the floors are very decorative, marbly, where obviously detailed in some way. Each of the four corners of the room, you see a series of robed cultists chanting over impaled, what looks to be vampire spawn, very similar to that elongated fingers, long nails, that gaunt, pale-skinned faces, over what looks to be these slightly raised tables that all have some kind of metallic crosses. They're impaled. You can see the blood running down into the cross and leaking into places like large holes in the tables to down below. Just like in the demon room, there is a wispy, cloudy, channeled energy that transforms from each corner to an associated pillar. These P's are pillars up on the upper dais, and so it kind of wisps up towards the top of the room and channels into each of these pillars from each individual corner. Way up at the top of the dais, you can see a very tall, handsome-looking man with perfect alabaster skin. Looks quite attractive to the eye. Long, dark hair, pale blue eyes. Standing with a long spike held in his hands up above a raised altar, and the spike itself seems to be drawing some of this wispy energy into it from each of the four pillars, as hovering over the on that particular thing is the mother and child. Izzy's mom, as well as the newborn child, are both laying strapped to this altar at the top, just underneath the spike that he holds up above it. As the door... Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, are the pillars supporting anything, or are they just there to channel the energy?
They look very totemic in nature. They do not seem to...
Okay.
They don't even reach the ceiling. They're just sticking straight up out of each corner of the dais. And they almost like lightning rods in a way, how they are channeling this energy from each of the corners to the spike. And as well, that circle that you see in the middle is a wispy kind of dome, very similar to that which was around the cultists in the demon room. It's kind of the descriptor of the room. And so the bottom of the platform, that dais that's in the very middle, is 20 feet up. That first lighter colored square is 10 feet up, and then the actual stairs cut into the side of that first platform as they go all the way up from your ground floor all the way up to the dais in the middle, which the dais itself seems covered in this big dome of wispy energy. So as the doors open, you can kind of see that this very tall, attractive-looking male turns, looking at you with a very coy smile. You are too late, champions of the light. the darkness shall reign as the babe has been born. And with it, its powers are mine.
Okay, question. Action surge says I can get a possible bonus action. What does that entail?
Wait, what?
Action surge. We take an additional action, top of a regular action, and a possible bonus action.
Yeah,
Means you get 2 regular actions and 1 bonus action.
Yeah, because bonus actions aren't guaranteed. They are only triggered on if you have an ability to use them. So you get an extra action in addition to already on your turn having an action and possible bonus action. Not all classes or have bonus actions to use. That's what that means. But it does mean you get an extra action that can only be used for those set of... as a list of these things that can be done.
In other words, not 2 bonus actions.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so he says this, and Izzy's just almost not even paying attention to him. She's looking at the channeling of the energy and remembering where the how they killed the cultist before. And she sees her mom up there, so she's just gonna yell, "Mama!" and then just run in and find the source of those energy being channeled and just go right for it.
Okay, well, if we are all ready for it, why don't we roll initiative?
Yes! We're gonna make it, guys.
God damn it, the Carr brothers fucking roll the same fucking dice.
Come
Come on, Kurth, hop on my shoulders.
Don't you just love it when you go right back to back to back to back to back?
The synergy. That kills my plan. One is the loneliest number.
And Izzy, burn by what she perceives, goes first.
I think I can get there. I'm gonna chuck my dagger twice at this cultist.
As you enter the room, you see that these cultists, these robed figures, do not bear the regular resemblance of life that the other cultists do. These have that gaunt appearance of the undead. So go ahead.
Great, grand, wonderful. Good answer.
No sneak on this one because I'm not close enough.
You're not considered hidden. So
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, unfortunately.
And then poof, back into my other hand. Did Izzy's mom move at all when she yelled?
She did not. And you can't really see like because of the elevation. It's very difficult to see much other than just the silhouette. But she
Right,
doesn't appear
okay.
to be moving at all.
Okay.
Cultist chant continues and intensifies.
All right, following the lead then. Okay, went for 12. Kadoosh.
Because these are vampires, you're using the radiant. Just let me know which one. Help me remember which ones you have hit with radiant energy.
Oh, okay. 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 It will be the next one coming up.
Yep. It'll be a lot. It'll be a lot to keep track of. So just.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay. Multiple bolts of radiant energy slam into the cultist and begins to start looking ragged as they start tearing through its flesh. It does noticeably so make different types of wounds than others have before. The radiant energy striking them tends to burn and sear almost as though actually being struck with fire or of the like, and doesn't seem to close in that way that regular vampire wounds tend to do. Chanting continues.
I choose my friends. I choose Izzy's mother, and I choose the baby to be unaffected by spirit guardians. 2 spectral wolves and several spectral ravens appear around me
Ooh,
in
okay.
radiant light. Let me read something real quick. Speed is halved in the area. When a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn, so I guess it doesn't do anything until they start their turn. But when they do, it's a wisdom saving throw. If it's failed, it's 3d8. Success, it's half.
And what type of damage is it? Is it
Oh, it's pure radiant.
radiant? Gotcha.
Every slot.
Excellent.
That is my move.
Yep. So, because there will be a lot to keep track of, I will ask you in the same way to both, whenever their turns come up, to remind me, so that we can make sure that they do their saves and damage.
Just the
but
vampires or the cultists too?
Also, the cultists as well.
Because they're vampires.
So these, so as you come closer to as you come closer to inspection, it does not look like these vampire spawn are living, at least not in the traditional sense. All regular tenements of life seem to be drained from them.
Karth looks to the north. It's like, well, that's new. Turns his attention towards the south. He is going to cast a fireball.
Okay.
Combo.
Oh, goddamn. Car's not going to do it. Purple circle, red circle. Sorry, mental notes. That's
So many circles.
just all be purple. Unless I'm just... No, okay. Sorry.
There we go. I'm gonna get rid of these while you deal with that.
Yes, please.
Except for I didn't mean to do that. Fine, everybody.
Oh.
All the circles. Whoops.
Don't fucking teach geometry. Don't bring that shit in here. I'll fix cars in a second. So
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, why not? I don't know if I should target the. Well, I guess I really can't. The pedestal thing.
So I will, just as a point of extra clarity, because you have to hit a point or whatever on that. Not that you can't still hit all the things you probably want to hit with them.
Well, you have to be on the same elevation.
It doesn't have to be on the same elevation, no, but it is a sphere technically that it creates from that. And so, like the center point that you have right now, you wouldn't be able to hit that center point. Isn't that because that's 10 feet higher than you? Have to hit a corner or something like this.
Like where is that now?
Corner or wall, yeah. And not that it really changes a whole lot, but just to let you know.
It won't hit the caskets now, though, right? I mean, the people's the most important thing, but caskets is a bonus.
You can try for it. You can see.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do it here. I'm hoping I get some casket damage, but I'm going after the people in uniform. It's always bad. Always bad. I'm the right guy here. Why was that 2? Should that not have been 3?
Because there's not technically a V creature on the combat tractor.
Okay.
They're just
Okay.
they're just indicators of where those, and they're dead. They're not actually alive.
Okay. So one success, one failure. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Yeah, I'll take it. So D20. Yeah, that's my move.
You insolent mortals! You dare try to defy what has been in motion since the reckoning. Try as you might, you shall not succeed. My minions of the dark, I call you forth from the afterlife. And you can see as he's got that spike raised, it like a bright light kind of flares from it as wispy bits of smoke come down towards each of the each of the individual caskets, the whole ground quakes as it feels like something is being drawn, like the ground is splitting from underneath them, as something is being drawn up from the ground through the actual very stone. I was trying to think if there's a way for me to roll these things initiative without resetting everything else. It's gonna take a second here. So as the whole cavern quakes, you can see the these coffins. A couple of them explode as something much larger than them comes from the ground up underneath them. Large
What the
ogre
crap?
zombies come from the ground beneath these.
Ah!
Two giant minotaur skeletons burst out of these two coffins as the coffins themselves shatter, sending shards of wood all over. With much less force, these skeletons, just regular skeletons, come up out of the coffins, but they don't necessarily break apart all of the coffins as they come up out of them. And then lastly, one giant floating orb crashes through the final coffin and raises with its 4 eye stalks twitching about the room. You dare to challenge the immortal, the power, the desecration? Deal with my armies.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern, and I'm gonna shout to my compadres to close their eyes as I cast it.
Karth brothers comply.
I don't think go actually cast this. I'm not sure how to, Dread. Do I just set a point where I cast it at?
Okay, so what are we doing? Sorry, Wolf was asking a question.
It's okay. Hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, so it's a location within range. And I don't know about that. So that one doesn't create a sphere.
It is anything that can see it.
That's within 30 feet of it. Yeah, so I guess it's technically like a sphere, as far as that goes. But yeah, you could put it. You pick a point of origin within the spell's range. It's technically a 30-foot cube. It's not even a. Not even a sphere. That's a pretty big range.
So like that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So do I just roll the save on all of them?
Yep. So you
Control. Yeah, you can control click all of them within that square, and then you hit the save button.
And then it should have removed
The Minotaur.
from your targeting list, so everything else that failed is still targeted, so now you just hit the effect. So upon that spell going off, everything in that, all those things that were affected by it immediately just kind of stopped moving. And since they were all just kind of got up and stood up, they're just kind of standing there, like, not exactly drooling, but with a very derpy look on their face, not moving currently. Karth will just see, hear the giant thuds of this ogre zombie thudding across the top of this upper dais, as it leaps off of that 10 feet below, boom, landing right next to Karth. This is the one that passed. this skeleton is going to run straight off the cliff and dive nearly head first, trying to gore you with its horns in mid-dive. And crashes into the ground.
Must be all that plate I'm wearing.
Clearly.
Karth makes joke in face of death. Ha ha! Karth does say that aloud.
Cracks its skull a little on the marble as it lands, standing, and just barely able to pick itself up, taking some damage from the impact. This one tries the same thing towards Lumo. So that's the gore attack, and then the momentum from the charge. Supposed to add that like sneak attack, never mind. And then, Lumo, I need you to make a strength saving throw to prevent being drove directly into the ground prone. It's Steam's turn.
Mm-hmm. Understanding that B is for baby.
Yes. Mother and baby.
But they all have that kind of force field around it.
That is correct.
Oh, that's a force field. Oh, damn. So there's no way for me to get up there, huh?
No one's tried to go in there.
Well, I'm going to Misty Step. Or
And-
attempt to.
Isn't it a little weaker since these two are asleep?
So those two cultists are sleeping. There still seems to be a draw to that pillar, although not quite as much as it was before.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to Misty Step.
To where? Okay, don't forget that that's also up 10 feet. So you're not going to be able to make it there. And that second thing is up an additional 10 feet. Right there where... Okay, first off... Why is there an echo? Okay, never mind. So, also don't forget, like right here where that changes color on the floor, that second color is 10 feet higher than the other. And then it's 10 feet higher again to the top tier.
Oh, yeah, 10 feet up. Mm-hmm. But if these are there, oh, yeah, shit. So, each square at the start of the stairs is what? Not 5 feet anymore?
It depends on kind of what you're doing.
But what would the distance be if I walked up the steps? Because if there were stairs, I could technically just teleport to the top of the stairs. Because you can see the top of the stairs.
20 feet across. So they are 20 squares to 2 tall. Which is about 38 feet. If you go a direct line. It's virtually 40 feet along the stairs.
Okay.
You're moving all over the place. What are you doing?
Changing up my plan because I didn't know the math on the stairs there.
And those ones are drilling right now.
Oh, these ones are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. The squares are gone. So okay.
It's the ones that have the arrow on.
Oh, okay. If I highlight over you.
The square doesn't stay there because even though they're all affected, they all have individual effects. They are
Mm-hmm.
the thing that caused that effect doesn't stay.
And incapacitated doesn't grant an advantage, right?
It does not. Alright, so that first skeleton is drooling, so this one's going to come over 10 feet up over here at the top of... Try to enter this, and doing so may trigger... Is it your guardian? Is it
Yes.
Is it a column? Is it a...
It's a 15-foot radius around me.
Did the Minotaur get that as well?
Yeah, probably I should have, if that's the case. Yeah, and it went all the way down, so yeah. Go ahead and hit the wisdom save on the Minotaur, and then hit it with the... Okay, then hit it with its damage. It should do half. Okay. Do the same thing to the skeleton. It rolled a 0 for its save. A 0.
Impressive.
Dies instantly.
Yay, we killed something. We're like halfway there. We all got alcohol.
I'm wishing I did right now.
And Spiritual Guardians, that one's not the concentration one, is it?
Yeah, it's a concentration. 10
Oh,
minutes.
that one is? Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll need you to roll a Constitution save. And if you're a Warcaster, you get that advantage, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the arrow striking you was enough to disrupt your concentration just long enough to lose your grip on the spell.
Never again.
And it's all the way back to the top of the order.
Oh man. Shank that guy.
Yes, that particular dagger strike seems to make it wobble even. It kind of wavers in its resolute duty that it has been standing there through all the other strikes. You know, chunks of flesh coming off with the searing radiant energy and all. It happened. This one, you can tell that it actually kind of bobbles a little bit in its chanting.
And then I'm going to draw my short sword, I guess, and attack it with my offhand.
Okay, sure.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here, I think.
You can see the cultist in the bottom right corner over here, not the one right next to Steam, with the other. It kind of got blasted by the fireball a little bit earlier. Its clothes charred, but you see the burn marks across its face from where it was, where the skin, the flesh itself was burned. It's standing there, unable to move, but you can see the burn marks start to fade a little on its face as the skin looks like it's repairing itself. Chanting intensifies. Strength is renewed to 3 of the 4 corners.
I'm gonna get up.
Okay.
Yes.
You notice that vampire cultists fall. It lands kind of crumpled and twisted where it is, and then its breathing stops.
Alright. Yeah, 15 feet. Just because I totally lost where I was. Was I here or here?
I think you're in the middle.
Me?
Yep.
I only have 20 feet is all you have.
I have 25.
20.
So
Oh, is your movement speed 50 now?
Yep.
How's it?
so 25 plus 5 from. So what was this 5 from? Oh, from mobile, and then plus 20 from monk.
Oh, even at level 7, they get plus 20 movement?
Pretty sure. Oh, sorry, it would be 15. Okay, so 15. Okay, so what's the mobile feet? Mobile 10 feet? Mobile's 10 feet, so yeah, still adds up.
Oh, okay, so mobile's 10 feet. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you got 25.
So that would have been 15 feet used.
Mm-hmm.
Skeleton number 4. He's high up, right? Just between the Minotaur and the Ogre Zombie.
That's correct. He is 10 feet up.
Would this get both the 2 big dudes?
Yes, I'd be fine with that.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna use my Searing Arc Strike Burning Hands thing for 3 key.
Okay, yeah. Oh, one to me.
For some reason, I didn't track the one where I did Flurry of Blows earlier.
Oh, okay.
I should be at 4. I'm gonna punch this Minotaur again. Wait, let me read this again. So I don't think this is a bonus action, it's just a after action. Yeah, just after, okay.
After you use the attack action, you get flurry of blows, not just as a not just random use bonus action.
No, after my attack action, I can use my Burning Hands. Flurry of Blows or my extra attack is or my bonus attack is a bonus, yeah. So I'm just gonna use my 1 bonus attack. And that's about it.
Double checking one thing here. And this cultist crumbles to dust. And what would have been really out of sight for everyone as it came out, the giant orb with 4 giant eye stalks floats high in the air. To a point where it's about even with the second dais, so it's about 20 feet off the ground floor right now. As it moves, its eyes dart around the room. And then a random one turns and fires at Carr. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As a beam barrels towards you. The beam strikes you directly in the chest as you can feel its effects gripping and locking your muscles tight as you feel paralyzed. At the end of each of your turns, you may make the same Constitution saving throw to remove that effect. DC on that one is 14. Missed it.
Oh, man.
Misty Step.
Okay. Yep, Misty stepping away. Gotcha. You can see the Archduke holding the spike still. Take a moment to stare into the eyes of his mom. is holding the spike over the baby now. As he's staring into her eyes, you've struggled most of the way through this ordeal. But now you are mine. Join my army's forces. Kill the champions of the light. And with that, he cuts the bonds at her hands and feet. She's barely got just a few scraps of cloth covering small bits of her body, as most of it's been torn through whatever rituals and birthing process that she has undergone. As her body lurches up to obey his command. Moving to the top of the steps. What are you looking to do here?
Thunderwave.
Is it Thunderwave?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hit all three of those.
Sweet.
If it was centered on you.
It is.
I think it's a circle instead of a square anyway.
No, it's a cube.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But my quick question is, because this one is instantaneous, I don't lose concentration on the other one, correct? Or do I have to drop the hypnotic pattern?
You only need one concentration spell at a time, so if it's not a concentration spell, then you don't have to
So
worry
I'm
about
good. Sweet.
Yeah, unless the duration says concentration as a part of it. Yep. All three fail.
Nice.
Woohoo!
So hit the damage then?
Mm-hmm. And then they all have to make a second save to be knocked back, or is they automatically knocked
Yeah.
back?
If on a failed slave, they are pushed 10 feet away from me.
So it didn't even. So it's not a second save. It was just the first one.
No, it's just the first one.
So they're all pushed 10 feet away from you. Okay. I'll slam up against the wall, and this one is kind of knocked up the stairs a couple of rungs.
So smashing the wall there, no damage.
No, they had 10 feet to go. They had 10 feet of
Okay.
movement to make. If they were
Okay.
closer, I would have done that, but no.
Okay. And then I'm going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Lumo.
Okay.
5, 10. Yes, he's within 60 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I meant to move back a little. Oh well.
Okay. The zombie's gonna kind of brush itself off, push itself back up off the wall. As it kind of sways its head around. There's a large morning star. It's gonna raise up over its head as it lumbers towards you, Bijou, and attacks you.
She'd probably have to roll concentration, right?
That is correct, yeah. I'm gonna need you to roll your concentration, which is a constitution saving throw. Keep your concentration on the hypnotic pattern effect. This one's gonna lumber after Steen, raise its morning star, try to slash or thwack at him, I guess. How much a slash with morning star is it?
Damn. Exactly what he needed.
Well, rolled pretty close to minimum, as opposed to the other one rolling pretty close to maximum on Bijou. Cultists continue their chanting, and you can see that the beam intensifies. That is charging each of the pillars. The one in the northeast is definitely the is looking weak compared to the other two. So the one in the northeast and the southeast are a little weaker than they were before. But the bubble grows larger. Okay, this one can't quite charge at you because it's got to go around this corner. Just gonna run at you and try to gore you. Alright, this one's gonna swipe at Lumo with its great axe. Cultists continue their chant. So this cultist, as you hit it with the shield, light kind of radiates from it as the final strike lands, and the light itself seems to wash over the cultist, and it just puffs into dust.
Take that, you cultist. Damn your uniform.
Making all the other uniform people look bad.
No good. I'm making uniform. I'm making me look good.
Other one also hit Bijou too, didn't it? Alright, Bijou, I'm gonna need you to make one more Constitution save. Okay, so you may need concentration. Oh yeah, you might want to go ahead and divvy. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, we're divvying back up those healing potions, but they're all still in the party sheet. If y'all want to figure out how those were supposed to be divvied back up. So, with the death of this particular cultist, and the other one's incapacitated, the power stream moving to that pillar weakens significantly, and the dome around that upper dais shrinks. Several different archers all fire arrows nearly simultaneously, only one of which seems to land true on Lumo.
Oh, I would have reaction then not taking that.
Okay. Are you gonna do the catch and throw back, or
No, just deflect.
okay? Okay. If you want to go ahead and get your 6 hit points back.
Yep.
It's back to Izzy's turn.
My friends are getting pummeled. Okay.
Do you kill the cultists chanting, or do you kill the things attacking?
Focus on the cultist.
No, focus on stuff that's pummeling me.
You'll be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna chuck my dagger at the Minotaur.
Okay.
One lesson we were supposed to learn from the Wizard's Tower.
And
Yeah.
you qualify for sneak.
Good fucking answer. Minotaur's been basically ragdolling me all day.
Not anymore.
And then I'm gonna say, "Help Bijou!" and then run after the other cultist.
The Minotaur that you struck with the dagger, just as it like sinks into where its skull is, but right before it pops back, you can just see it kind of shudder as the magical energy holding the random bones together dissipates, and it just collapses into a pile, clatter of bones, some broken.
Okay, I'm gonna use my offhand short sword to try and skewer this cultist.
Okay.
Nope.
Offhand is not with you today. Doesn't
Nope.
like- All right. So offhand's your bonus action. You're gonna go ahead
Yeah, I just
do
want to
it?
spin around to the other side of him to try and get some cover from the sarcophagus.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
So as the chanting begins to continue, you can see kind of some arcs of almost like lightning begin to start coming from each of these corners towards the pillars. So not only is there like the small wispy bit of energy, but now there's just the occasional crack of lightning streaking up into the pillar. And then you can see as the Archduke is still holding there in the middle, and all the energy is, channeling into this, what looks to be some kind of silver spike in the middle of it. It's starting to glow.
This beige part, that's 10 feet up.
10 feet up, yep. And then the back to the original color is another 10 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the stairs distance are double if you're traveling upstairs. Just as a, I didn't make that clear before Wolfram had his turn, but that is how we have to work those since they're very steep upstairs.
The rough terrain.
Pretty close, yeah. I mean that's there are some things to avoid rough terrain that wouldn't actually still count here, I think. I just think that they are double the distance of what you see because they are more up.
All right, I'm gonna jump on top. Here. With my step of the wind.
Okay. Yeah, step in the wind.
I'm gonna bucket to the schmear.
Okay, so it should be fairly trivial to make the kind of leap over that, because there's like a little bit of a gap there where the stairs go down and then the floor is level there. So go ahead and roll me. I'll let you do athletics or acrobatics in either case. If you want to go ahead and jump it. Yeah, you made it. No worries. Kind of tumble through. Next to the floating orb. So this is pretty much right at the top of your ability to reach because it had floated up. But I'll let you go ahead and hit it, especially since you're kind of ran and jumped through the air, kind of pummeling it. Stunning strike. Your fist it's kind of spongy when you punch it, and so as you're trying to hit a vital point to see if you can disable it in some way, it just kind of reflexively bends in like it would be like a giant water balloon.
I'm gonna re-roll that. That's not performance. Try that again. There we go.
Failure. Beholder is stunned. This time, the squishy bit that you punch as you're kind of leaping through the air, you let off this flurry of blows. This particular punch squishes in like a water balloon, and then you just feel like a click as something as you clack something on its inside that seems to be vital, and it just as it just kind of stuns, and you see its eyes just wobble around like, what in the hell?
I'm so happy that's the sound the beholder makes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Okay, so now I can do maybe that. Shmee.
Stun. Save! Paralysis effect removed.
Can I see Lumo?
From that far back, yeah, you probably just have a glimpse, especially if, like, since it just went right before you, you can see, like, the orb floating very clearly, and you saw just a glimpse of,
Tiger
like,
uppercut.
yeah, Tiger Uppercut just coming into view as he's flying through the air. Basically bicycle kick from Mortal Kombat, but with fists.
Karth's not religious, but you know, we'll see. Take that.
Ooh. Back, back, back.
I don't want a goddamn one.
I thought it was going to be a super fast pot plant.
Super fast pot plant. See the Archduke grab the baby and drag it over to the center of the altar. And then he raises the spike even further overhead. And then as he does, you can see the lightning begin arcing from the from each of the 4 pillars. As he then he puts his other hand on it, holding it with 2 hands above his head. And the lightning starts flickering, and it begins pulsing with it's not just light, but it's like a waving effect, almost like how heat comes off of very hot concrete, except for its varying shades of color across the full spectrum, from being dark black to light greens, just all kinds of radiant weird colors coming off of the spike. As he does, actually, there's no real way for me to do it to make her go exactly next. So, with all the different initiatives, so it'll be Bijou's turn.
Okay, I smile at the Minotaur and I smile at the Ogre, and I kind of flounce in a circle and push my Misty Step ring.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And
Poof.
so it's 10 feet up, so I can go 15 feet and then be on the platform, the first one.
Yeah, I think from there, just to get to the top of the platform, I think that's fine. Yeah.
So I can Misty Step to there?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fine.
All right.
That is the ring was bonus action.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Excellent. We're now on the first tier of dice.
All right, and I use my action to run. Sweet. Right?
Yeah, so you hopped up, you bonus, and then ran, and then action to ran. Yeah, I think that's okay.
Okay.
When you jump, so you're gonna leap. There's a little bit of a gap from across the stairs. So if you'll roll acrobatics or athletics, make sure you mind the gap as you're going across. Whichever you prefer. 5 is all you needed. Thank God.
Oh,
Can be fun.
I stumbled a bit, but I made it, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Just not a perfect 10. It's all right.
You land, it's like whoop whoop. Oh, just like you know how if you're rocking right on the corner of something and you just but it's like the chair just about to tip over and you save it. Well, you saved it. And there you are. And so you made it. So Izzy's mom begins kind of lumbering down the stairs, just laying on the ground at the very top of the stairs. She reaches down and picks up a scimitar and begins moving down. The zombie kind of just moves around Izzy's mom like something of deference, almost a position of deference, as it arcs around right in front of Carr, slamming into him with his giant morning star, nearly knocking the breath out of it. Minotaur kind of started headed out the door like it was going after Karth, and then just kind of turns and sees a straight line towards Steen, ducks his head down and charges at. Kind of crashing into the wall next to him. Steen's able to just kind of deflect the horns with the shields a little, kind of pushing him off, preventing the actual goring. Cultists continue to chant.
Things are trying to kill me.
They are definitely trying.
With Earth Tremor, I knocked them both down prone.
That you do, yes. Okay, can you apply the prone effect to both?
Yeah, roll damage first.
Yes.
Then I will use my action surge.
Don't forget, since you also you cast a spell, you still get your bonus action to attack because of that feature as well. Yes, you can also action search if you so wish. Okay, so that's your bonus action for your attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are you going to do with your action surge?
Green Flame Blade.
Green flame.
A roll attack first, then
And yeah, roll your attack and then add the effect that does the
If I hit.
fire. If you hit.
Yep.
And then on the other one,
Just roll damage.
straight up damage. Yep. Excellent. Yep. Okay, this one is still incapacitated.
And I spit on the zombie as I knocked him down. Beat the crap out of him.
This one's gonna see the flying little gnome leaping through the air. Gonna try to draw.
He's all nimble bimble. Get him.
A volley of many arrows fling around the room. Does it look like any of them hit?
No.
That's because we sent Ileana away.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong volley.
Yeah. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna stab him.
And by him, I assume you mean the cultist.
The cultist, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Oh, is it 2 1s in a row?
Wait, she doesn't have advantage?
Not on the cultist.
Isn't the target by itself?
Yeah,
Doesn't give
I
it
get
advantage.
sneak attack for that, not advantage.
So she still gets her sneak attack.
Oh crap, the sneak attack. Ah! I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man.
Schnozberry tastes like schnozberry.
I can do that.
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the short sword in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna grab onto the short sword, like the metal part of it, and release a charge of my lightning ring.
Ho ho. Mess up the insides of the cultist.
Okay, I like it. That's a free action to use.
Yeah.
That particular charge. Yep, sounds good to me.
What's with all the ones?
Using it as a lightning rod. I won't go ahead and roll an additional d4.
Yep.
Bzz. You rub your wool socks on the carpet.
And then I'm gonna run around beside Car and what does Izzy's mom look like other than the shredded clothing? Does she look like she's still alive?
I had this question too. Does she look charmed or does she look a little more undead? I was waiting on my turn, but two birds.
She doesn't have the gaunt features, at least not strictly so, that the vampire spawn obviously do. And I think that's about as much as I'm willing to reveal without
Okay.
some additional something.
Right. So, Izzy's gonna look at her and just say, "Mama, it's me. Do you know me?"
Okay, is Archduke Poopy Pants looking at me?
No, not currently.
God, you're so vain.
Please look at me, please. Why are you looking at me?
He is got both hands on the silvery spike that he's got raised above his head that is radiating all kinds of crazy colors, including mixed in some that are some actual darkness fluctuating in and out.
Is my ring of key regeneration a free action? Or is that an action or something? It doesn't mention anything.
I believe that's free. Yeah, I think I intended that as free action.
Okay. We're going to use that then.
You get 2 key back.
Yep.
Technically, that stun hasn't expired until the end of your turn. Is that right?
Correct.
And you are hasted. So the haste.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what that says.
It doesn't give an extra attack action, but it does give you an extra regular attack, so to speak. You get one extra attack from haste, I believe. The action can be used only to take the attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
Alright, well I get double speed, so that's kind of cool.
And then you get double speed.
Which makes those stairs less formidable. Alright, I'm gonna try and run into the force field. Wow.
It's a lot like the one you ran into with the guards in the middle of the city. It feels very solid. Not like the barrier, which was like swimming in air in a foggy mist. This does feel like some kind of globe of invulnerability in some way.
Oh, so can't pass it. Well, there goes that particular line of thought. Okay. Okay, let's do this then. I'm gonna jump down.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna. I'm not gonna give you any guff about that particular drop. Since you're monk, you get that free fall or whatever. So, slow fall.
Yeah, slow fall.
Yeah.
Reduce falling damage 5 times your monk level. Yeah, I wasn't gonna take that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you stick the landing right next to the cultist.
All right, here we go. Got 2 key. Let's stun them both.
Okay, stunning strike. Failure. Cultist is stunned. Yeah, so you're like a whirlwind moving with such speed. Although this one, through sheer determination, is able to hold off from the effects of your stunning strike. So that was your.
Okay,
so
well
you
then-
used your attack action.
Yeah.
And then you have your possible.
I have
haste
2 more
action,
attacks.
Haste action and then bonus action.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep on punching them then. Oh wait. Can I try to grapple with this extra hasted action?
It can replace an attack. Like grappling, just in general, can replace an attack.
All right, let's do that.
So you have to use athletics, and it has to
Okay.
use either.
I'm gonna do another one of those though, because I don't want that one.
You can do it on skill checks.
I believe so. Abilities, yada yada, halfling, luck. Attack roll, ability check, saving throw.
Yep. So yeah, again, do again.
Yeah, that's the one.
There you go.
No, I rolled 2. The first one was a natural 1, so yes, he is grappled. You see, all this time, as most of you are attacking the cultists, they are pretty much making every attempt and effort to ignore it. Some superhumanly so, as they focus on their chanting. Alright, so he's grappled.
I guess I have a bonus action to do. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do with that. Because I don't really plan on grappling much with this guy due to his strength.
Yeah, it's usually an unfortunate thing to try.
Alright, I'm gonna pull him.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out how much feet I've used. 10, 35, 40, 55. So I'd have 45. So I could drag him 20. the grappling thing says when you try and move
Yeah,
someone,
you've
you
moved.
have to.
You've moved 55 thus far?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could... I mean, you've got 100, so you've got 45 left. You could move them 22 and a half.
Oh, I'd want to move over here. And then deck them.
Okay.
That'll be all the things I do.
Alright, well, deck it. Got that Nolan Ryan headlock punch going on. Right into his vampire helmet. Okay, well, that's all you're gonna do. That's all you
Yep.
can do.
Sorry, I just stood up and did. That's all the things I can do. I forgot to push the stupid next turn thing.
You can see the beholder zombie floating there is now going to float its way to the all the way to the ceiling now. So it is effectively 38 or 30 feet rather from the base ground level of the 3 tiers. And you can see as its eyes dart around, one of them points at you, Lumo. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. You feel as though its eye focusing on you is trying to impose some level of fright, but through
Oh, fright I would have got advantage on.
Oh yeah, because we had the anti-charm thing that protected against that as well.
No, I just have advantage on halfling bravery.
Oh,
oh, to
nice.
for yeah, as I say, what is that? Yeah, but you make it just exactly anyway.
Okay.
And that's that. Yeah. So you're not, as it turns out, afraid.
And halflings are awesome.
I think so. I think halflings are amazing.
I'll use my
Both
inspiration.
thematically and mechanically. So you're using your inspiration? Okay.
Just do a melee attack on the zombie
Okay.
with advantage.
Yes, do so.
Turned Izzy's mom into dust. I don't think I would ever hear the end of it. So there's some things I don't want to cast right now. So, by my sword. Okay.
Large, slow-moving, lumbering hulk of a thing that is just flesh. Thank goodness, not hard to hit.
Worthless. God, I need to put all my spells on a real character sheet sometime. It's just annoying looking for things. $60. Ooh, can I see Lumo? Looks like I should be able to see Lumo.
Yeah, no, it looks, yeah, that line of sight right around the edge of the corner. Yeah, no problem there.
Bonus action, healing word to Luma.
Okay. There we go. Every little bit.
I tell Izzy, stay away from your mother for now. I kind of do the same.
Okay.
And that's that.
And then.
And then I make sure my dice are red now. Go to the door. You know, I'm kind of back. Do I still see that big, ugly head thing? The beholder?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went to
'cause
the
it's-
ceiling.
It's all the way on the ceiling? Yeah.
I thought you said it went down some to like the platform.
No, it went up. It went all the way up to the ceiling this time.
Okay.
It
well,
didn't look like getting punched in the liver.
Hadouken to the liver.
That'd be a Shoryuken.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Common misconception.
one moment. Okay. Now I'm aiming this up high to hit the beholder.
Correct. Okay.
Now what I'm not sure is this is acid, right? I'm doing my level 4. And I'm thinking like an alien movie when the alien got stabbed, the acid just fell down. So when this exploded, would the acid fall down and hit the skeleton?
What was the name of it again?
Vitriolic sphere. Just that it explodes in a 20-foot radius. I'm just wondering, after that explosion of acid, does the acid just fall? It's creative game mechanics, but it's your call. I'm fine with it just hitting the dude, but if I can hit something else,
I'm okay with that.
okay.
Making basically a column of acid that, you know, it starts up there and then falls like rain down below. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, really, I just don't like that big ass thing up there. So let's do the save. Beholder fell. Skeleton needs stuff.
He's made of stuff that's gonna get wrecked anyway.
Whoa. What?
Okay, let me look at the.
Look at that miserable distribution.
Yeah.
It's 10d4, right?
10d4. It also takes 5d4
at the end of its next turn.
at the end of the next turn.
That's the
So I can do that on both of them,
only if
or
it
just the
failed.
one that failed.
Just the
Okay,
one that failed, the beholder. Yep.
That's fine.
I'm super surprised. That
Yeah, I
the
kind of thought that
skeleton
skeleton might just fall over dead, but it's going to be the one that wipes us all, so that's okay. We're going to name him Alfred. Just for shits and giggles. Let me apply this. Sorry, I lost my shit. The effect. I am. Well, hold on. First. No dice. No dice. That was a level 4.
That was really, really below average, as it turns out.
Um,
Average is 25.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mosey on back this way.
The Archduke this time has been super focused over the last several seconds. And so, as at this point, you can see the emanation of all this light and distortion coming from this silvery spike that's channeling all this energy has a small burst of just bright light. It's very intense. It's almost like a welding torch brightness as he slams it down to the baby below. You can hear him cackling. It's too late! It's too late!
That was really scary and fresh pressed, everybody. Just let you know.
Taking the baby had a pretty low AC.
Way to go, baby.
They're not incapacitated.
They are not.
Hmm.
Now surging both directions, the power begins to flare, not just being drawn in, but you can see as it starts flowing outward as well. It's kind of going back and forth as those arc lightnings are going to the pillars, back to the spikes that have these vampire spawn impaled.
I'm very unhappy with this, but I'm going to go ahead and touch and talk to myself and give myself healing word.
Mhm. But even you have difficulty drawing forth enough cheer to put much power behind it, given the recent events. Izzy's mom kind of wanders forward, eyes filled with sadness. She approaches Izzy, very sheepishly raising scimitar kind of above her head as she saunters forward. Why must you miserable creatures try to foul the master's plans? We will all be better for it in the end. She lashes out and tries to swipe at Izzy, who just very easily kind of steps back just a bit to dodge out of the way. Ogre zombies raise their morning stars in unison and try to pummel the targets in front of them. Oh, this one was prone. I didn't even notice. Well, It's an idiot, so it's gonna stay there. Cultist chanting continues and intensifies as they appear to be absorbing some of the power from the lightning that's crackling around them. This one too is also just, these undead are just real dumb. So it's going to just kind of lash out with its great axe, trying to make any purchase on Steam at all. Whose turn it is?
Walk back in the room. He's like, "Oh, your turn." I was like, "There's like 30 things in front of me. What the f?" All right.
Get
Hold
the
on.
cultist.
Oh, I just went to the other room. I gotta make sure I can attack the ogres and stuff because they still have the prone effect.
Stop farting and running the DM off. Save that until we're almost dead. Well, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
All right. Good old green flame blade again. Oh, that was almost a 20.
Then you do the damage to the other one.
Mhm.
Damage.
And then since that was a spell, you can do one attack. Yeah.
Yes. God, this ogre doesn't want to die. Just die, ogre. I was like, Alfred. Oh, yeah, he just... I should change it to Alfred. It's
Love
Alfred's
it.
turn. He's a butler zombie. Or skeleton. Been busy hanging a coat up over there on the wall.
This one's going to turn and fire at Lumo.
I'm gonna not take whatever range damage is gonna be taken. Yeah, like that.
Like he's just gonna miss.
Volleys of arrows going all over the place, all continuing to miss. Oh, but this one hits. Just hear the plinking of arrows all around the room as arrows clatter against walls and stone floor. This one, the distinct sound of metal-tipped arrow clanking into armor.
I'm gonna turn away and run at the cultist again. Provoking an attack.
You see, just very uncoordinatedly, as picks up the scimitar, trying to even hold it in somewhat in two hands, just as the strength is almost gone from her physical body, as it very lazily tries to swipe at you as you move away. Not even coming close to hitting you.
Why did that go?
Oh, wait, what?
It's still my turn.
Yeah,
Right?
whoops. Yeah, whoops, sorry. Yeah, I think I hit the next turn thing.
Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna try and stab this one.
Mm-hmm. It is alone.
And
Yes.
then I'm gonna chuck the dagger at the ogre as well. Nope. Oh, that was a hit. I rolled a 3.
Uh-huh. Big, giant sack of meat. You wouldn't even really have to aim. You just have to
Blink.
throw, like, conically in the right direction.
And she's just gonna step back towards her mom and just kind of just pleading with her, like, come on, fight it. I know this isn't you.
Just out of the glimmer of your eye there, you kind of catch off to the side the cultist is still chanting. You had just shanked it, and you can see a little bit of the wound that you had dealt to it start to close ever so slightly. As its chanting continues.
Right. Right. Okay.
Lots of choices and decisions. A lot of ins and outs, man.
All right. Letting him go.
Okay. You did notice a small diminishing effect as he was removed away, although not so much as though when they were incapacitated, as his chanting never stopped. It doesn't, as you walk away from it, it doesn't even turn to try to attack you. As you see the radiant energy slam into the vampire spawn cultist, you see that it sears its way through the flesh again, as those other ones did.
Yeah, that's about all I can do right now.
Do what?
That's about all I can do.
With your turn?
Yeah.
You have 100 feet movement speed.
Oh yeah, and I have another attack thing.
You have an extra
Forgot about
attack
that.
action and a bonus action. All still.
Oh, I don't have much for bonus action. But with the extra, okay. Normally, I don't get extra stuff with my light, but if I use just the regular punching thing, does that trigger my regular flurry?
It is an attack action. It's just not an extra attack action. Yes.
Okay. And punch in the face.
You can move to the moon and back. What do you mean you can't do anything?
Well, I'm tapped on as far as bonus actions, except for the regular,
Yeah.
which is what this is now.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Ongoing damage die. So excited. As you see the acid still covering a lot of the glob, the eyes are streaking around like crazy, trying to figure out what to do and how to get away from this acid that's definitely giving some massive red eye. Could go for some clear eyes right now.
Ew.
Who's getting an eyeful?
Alfred says he's forming his own faction now, and it's going to take everybody on. So just better watch out for him. That's all I'm saying.
You're jumping up and down, shouting me.
Did he get his other deflop force?
He did. Yeah, he took an extra 10 damage from the 5d4.
Okay.
Eyes flail around in terror. One of them, as it's flailing around, catches just a glimpse of Izzy, and then straightens and points straight at her. Izzy, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, she got this.
Oh, thank God. A streak of green energy beams directly from the eye to the floor right next to you as you just barely move your foot out of the way. It burns and somewhat disintegrates some of the stone beneath your foot. Just missing you. That was almost do not pass go. That was a do not pass go moment. And we made it.
That's good.
10d8 damage. If you hit 0 hit points, you become dust. It is Car's damn. I was gonna say damn turn, but yes, it's Car's damn turn.
It is my damn turn. Thunderwave. Just gotta make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
but I'm also tired of fucking with this motherfucker, so I'm going to use one of my divine channel divinities, and it's going to be max damage. Now, I guess a failed that would make it max half damage.
Yeah, max over 2.
Okay, so
Yeah.
max either way.
Alright, go ahead and hit it with its saving throw. See what happens. There's one big sack of meat. See if you can move it.
Yeah, 1 second. So that's just
Max. So how much is it?
max 16.
16, and then knocked away 10 feet.
Yeah.
Ogre Zombie 1. Okay.
So it didn't take that didn't kill him.
It did not kill him, no. You can see that the force pushes him back, bits of flesh, that some of them hanging loosely is like there's open wounds all over it. Some of those open wound, like pieces of like intestines and stuff that are hanging out of open wounds just kind of rip off and fly back with it. In all kinds of directions, splattering a lot of the floor and a little bit of the wall behind it. But it just kind of hulkingly shows very little emotion or reaction.
I said Izzy, the cultist. I point towards 17. And Karth is just like trying to see the battlefield and like, who do I attack? And this fucking large ogre zombie just sort of falls out in front of him, or in front of his field of view. It's like, okay.
Giant bulbous sack of meat. Okay.
I'm going just to try to magic missile this fucker down. I'm going to spend 2 sorcerer points. And like I said, I'm going to try to magic missile this motherfucker down.
Okay.
Big ass meat shield motherfucker.
As all of these missiles just like just pierce through and rip flesh. Just like large holes and chunks are missing, where you can just see like gaping holes right through all the way through it. And at this point, you can see that it's starting to get a little topsy. It's harder to keep its balance as just the flesh is not there to keep it together as much.
And that's that. Okar accidentally rolled his 2 things, but I guess a 20 is a 20. Unless you show me roll them again twice just for shits and giggles. I'm ready for some action, so it's up to you, sir.
No, I think we're okay. So still just maniacally cackling, the Archduke. You can see how it's pierced the body of the baby with the spike, and then arcs of lightning are still channeling through the spike now into the child as the child itself is beginning to glow, and you can see as it does so and pulses, that spike pulses, you can see looks to be a channel of energy coming from the child into the Archduke.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try hypnotic pattern again, but this time I want to use my inspiration. If I can.
Like in general, it usually works only for when you have to roll d20s for stuff, but in this case, I'll let you count it as though your DC is 2 higher. If you want to roll the save, we'll figure it out. That success is now a failure. Double failure. In them both. In cap.
Woohoo!
Excellent. Now doing so does remove the end cap from the 2 skeletons, but I don't think they're your point.
Well, and the other cultist, the cultist 7.
Oh yeah, that's right. Excellent. And what else are you going to do with your turn?
Can I move there?
It's a drop down, but I think you could. Remember the stairs, about halfway is where they meet, and then everything below the halfway point is beneath the surface level that you're on, and everything else keeps going up.
So I sit down and kind of put my feet down and get down like a toddler would off a stool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that.
All right, and then I'm gonna use my Misty Step again.
Okay, where are you headed?
Sorry, give me a second. Can't see the grid. And then I had 5 feet left, so that's where I'm at.
You could probably go a little bit further. You could probably go 5 feet further than that, honestly, if you wanted to. It's up to you, though.
Okay.
Okay. You can see, so now is his mom, still kind of almost dragging the scimitar. You can tell that just weak, very, very little power, strength left in her body. As she kind of drags the scimitar a little bit behind her, although seemingly ignoring Carr to best as she can. To pick it up just enough and use it like a spear almost, as she just tries to walk forward, just trying to stick Izzy with it. Failing horribly. I'm just barely even able to lift the tip of the scimitar up off the ground at all, and just kind of launches it forward just a tiny little bit, and just like the point of it just clanks the ground right in front of her, not even getting close to touching her. Zombie lumbers over, like wobbling across the top of it just because of how much of the flesh is missing. As it brings its morning star down on Carr.
1 second. I want to thunderously rebuke that.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Dexterity saving throw.
Go ahead.
Okay. God. Oh yeah. Okay. Nope. Nope. Big nope. Big nope.
A natural 20 on the big.
Half as
point.
much damage, so I can still do the damage.
Sure can. And it is lightning damage, so you still get your.
Yeah, I want to throw him back and throw him against the wall, against the torch. Whatever.
Does he make any kind of extra saving throw for the knockback part, or I asked last time and I've already forgotten.
No, the that knockback is just there.
Just happens. If they take damage, they get knocked back. Got it.
If it's lightning damage, yeah.
The knockback pushes him back up against the wall, and you can see the sconce on the wall holding the torch out impales him right through the chest. A fire right in front of it. Roll 1d6 for piercing. Roll 1d6 for fire.
Fire? I don't know how to specifically do it.
No, I'm just saying, but roll them separately is all that we was.
Oh,
First one's
okay. I
piercing.
thought I was choosing.
No.
That's even better. Fire first, piercing second, I suppose. But excellent rolls. He's still alive. It's a goddamn Terminator.
He's got 1 hit point.
He's Alfred's fucking minion. I know it.
It has 1 hit point as he's pierced on this sconce. Flailing, almost grappled by it because as it kind of picked him up, it's almost like on a hook, so to speak. So your blast picks him up and he's kind of wedged on it, just kind of hung on the wall like a giant meat hook. He's flailing around trying to swipe with his giant morning star. Okay, yeah, so these are still too stupid to stand up. Okay, so cultist 17. I thought you stunned this one.
It was. It just lost it because I'd done the other two.
No, it's
No.
that one.
Oh,
17.
Lumo's stunned.
That one should be done being stunned.
Oh yeah, because it was not last turn. It was time before that. Okay, yep, sorry. And you could see like the part of like where you had punched and hit it real hard. It left a depression. You can see that depression kind of fixes itself a little bit. These are the okay, so this one's in cap. This one's stupid. Didn't nearly crit, even being stupid.
Things need to stop hitting me.
You did hit this one with Radiant, though, didn't you? This is the one you hit with your 2 Radiants before going. The one in the north, the one that you pulled away before going to the Cultist 18, or did you hit 18 with the Radiant? Is this the one?
I hit. 21's fine. I just let it go and it's just sitting there. I didn't do a thing to it.
Okay. Just the headlock punch. The Nolan Ryan headlock punch.
Yeah, it took 2 punches, but yeah.
Yay. Both prone, this is great.
Big bags of meat.
Just knock him over. If you 5 foot for him. And green flame blade. Wait. Are they not prone?
You didn't roll it on. You didn't roll the attack on someone.
Oh, shit.
So, there we go.
Yeah, 14 would have hit too, so.
Turns out anything but a 1 would have hit. No, 2. 2 would also. No, 2 would hit. I have an AC of 8. Yeah, that's right. So you kind of chop down with the shield, and then turn and clack the other one with the.
With the backhand. Finally, the 2 giant things in my way are dead. Ah.
Hey, I see Stein. He's still here.
Yeah, I know. I've been buried. Well, I mean, you can see
Quit playing
my
down
head.
there. Get back in the fight.
Alfred's going
Ah!
after Izzy.
Alfred hit me.
You're the bad motherfucker.
He's the sleeper.
Bad Alfred. Bad Alfred. Oh no. We're gonna all die to Alfred. He's just gonna.
Alfred couldn't hit me if he tried.
Not without other people also trying first.
Yeah, yeah.
As you get only one reaction.
Mhm.
He just has to coordinate his minions to be able to hit you first.
The minions.
Oh, these bows are getting more accurate. Volleys are going out. Volleys are hitting.
Oh no.
Ooh, get that concentration going.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, beat you.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you
Nice.
That is some heavy focus right there.
Shoot arrows at me.
had one job. Did one job.
Izzy, help Luma.
I will. She's gonna chuck her dagger at the big ogre zombie.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And not going.
Not no
Yeah,
sneak.
no, I can't
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah. Nope.
Those ones, man.
I'm
Ah!
going to help you out here, Drad. His skin melts off, and you see a titanium endoskeleton.
No, it's liquid metal, man. He's definitely liquid metal. He's T2000. Come on now.
The dagger bamps back into my hand, and then I'm gonna just kind of cast a sad look at my mom and then take a step back towards the other cultist here. So she would get an attack.
As you do, she is going to try to very pitifully try to lurch forward with the blade just to try to make some contact. and is still extremely unsuccessful. I did it again.
Yeah, you did.
Give unto Caesar. Okay, go ahead.
Oh crap! Sorry, that one should have had sneak attack.
And with minimum damage, if you rolled all 4 ones, it would do exactsies. It was a little
do
better
not.
than minimum. That cultist crumbled to dust.
And then Car had pointed at the other one as well, so I'm going to start running over that way.
So as the... Is that the first one that both cultists... Yeah, okay, so... Now that both cultists in that corner are dead, the lightning going back and forth between the column and the spike that's in the... that the vampire is impaled on, the lightning stops, but there's still a small, wispy flow of energy. Faint. It's still there. Cultists do cultist things.
I'm going to anime run over to the cult.
Naruto, run!
Scratch that, going to this one.
Okay.
And on my way, I guess, Curish,
Okay.
fling some radiant bolts.
Okay. 2 radiant bolts right for... Yeah. As you're running almost as fast as they fly, you throw them right in front of you, hoping that they impact just as you land on them with your fists. I can get behind that.
Use my hasted action.
To attack. Yeah, you did.
Nice.
And bone.
Flurry of insanity. Yeah, so you land like the 2 radiant bolts hit and rip through the flesh, searing as it does, just as you land right behind it, with your follow-up, and the cultist is visibly shook from the impact of all that all at once.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to take another 5d10?
From the poison?
Only on 1 extra turn, right?
Let me double check.
It's supposed to take it. It's supposed to do a save? No.
Yeah, just it should be 1 turn.
Yeah.
Say, man, that is awesome. I don't know what spell I gave you, but it's amazing. No, they did not code a duration on that effect, so that's supposed to be ongoing forever. Okay, so Beholder Eye. They flare around, trying to seek their target.
Get Alfred! Get Alfred!
Okay. One eye finds purchase on Izzy again. Which eye is it? Izzy, make a dex saving throw.
Oh, it's that eye.
Get good.
Oh no! Bye, guys.
Make it real good.
That is not real good.
Evasion. Wait.
Should just be half damage now.
Yeah.
Okay, half damage and uncanny dodge. Forget both of these things.
Can I use both of them at once?
Yeah. Should be able to.
I don't think uncanny dodge or evasion, either one, require any kind of reaction or action or any of that stuff.
Uncanny dodge is a reaction, which I haven't used yet.
Oh yeah, uncanny dodge is the reaction, but the evasion is just
Evasion
static.
is
all-
automatic.
Is automatic. Okay, so yes, you could possibly use both, should it be necessary.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna use both. I'm just gonna do that.
Hey, can Karth see any of that?
See the eye beam.
Izzy, yeah.
Karth cannot see Izzy, but could see the eye beam.
Hold on.
It should be
No,
okay,
I
cause
can't. I can't do it unless I see her.
yeah, it should be okay, cause with evasion I take half damage, so that'll be 23,
Yep, and
and then uncanny dodge halves that again.
yes, to 12.
Yeah, so I'm fine. Everything is okay.
Everything's gonna be alright.
It won't actually let me do 4. Let's do it manually.
Personal touch.
That another one of these green beams fires straight at you. This time, as you try to kind of duck out of the way, it would have hit you square in the chest instead of just underfoot. As you just turn, it catches sight of you, and through your dodging maneuvers, are able to avoid a good bit of it. As it, you can feel the clothes in the area on your left shoulder evaporate and into dust.
Not necessarily a good use of this, but Car just got pissed off.
Gonna fireball the baby?
No, not Karth.
Oh, okay.
Ice storm.
Gonna give the baby a runny nose.
Baby's dead.
I mean, all that's in a shield anyway, I suppose. So I'm only going to target the elder, unless told otherwise. It's got a deck save, but otherwise it's 2d8 bludgeoning and 4d6 cold.
Wow.
And it failed.
Oh, what a fucking jerk! Everything in that range, and this was by the way, a 40-foot high cylinder.
Yeah. So it's everything all the way top to bottom, right underneath it. Okay, so what you do see is the shield of force around the Archduke, the pillars. You can see it surge as it's pumping energy into the spike, and as this spell damage hits it from above, it shrinks. considerably, as it only has a faint whisper of fuel source left by comparison.
Any male who's gone into cold water knows about the shrinkage.
It's a cold water, I swear.
This is the terrain is just difficult until the end of my next turn. Possibly not his circle though. I don't know how you want to do that, Drad, but
Yeah, because it's not actually. So it definitely looks like it hits and bounces off, although it definitely looks like it is affecting the circle. It just didn't get rid of it entirely.
I'm going to just take my movement
It is
here.
now only this size inside of the pillars.
And
Oh.
as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on. Man.
Ice Storm is a level 4 spell?
Ice 4. It is a level 4 Tempest spell.
Okay, so you won't be able to do bonus action spell with this because that's already. Wait, did we? I did not put any of the new bonus action rules in, did I?
I'm changing my mind on that anyway. And I'm going to take a potion.
Okay. Yeah, because your max spell level is 4. 4 plus. No, you can do. Healing Word is. It's not a
First level.
It's a first level, yeah. So it's not a cantrip, yeah.
Did you take one of the graders?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
4d4 plus 4.
Yeah, I went ahead. Well, shit, it's my turn anyway. It was like I don't want to slow things down. I'll go ahead and my turn and I'll look for my potion. And
They always roll the same, making that extra funsies.
I can roll an effect on you if you want to just.
I
or you
got it.
already. Okay.
okay.
One less than average.
Yeah, I'm realizing like I really wanted to use that Tides of Chaos thing, but everything Karth does either is an automatic hit or it's a dex save. So I really can't do that for
What does the
for
Tides of
anything.
Chaos do again?
It allows me to roll advantage. I mean, I could use it on a save or something,
Scorching, right?
but it gives me a.
I think is.
I took that off when I was changing things
okay.
around.
Yep.
So
That one winds up being a little better for the Draconic type sorcerers. They get they get their pluses on each ray, which is real nice.
So what's the Beholder looking like right now for Carson City? Is he looking rough?
Pretty much, yeah. A lot of the flesh around his bodies was both, kind of like droopy and melted a little from the acid, and then now it's starting to get brittle from all of the cold, and like all kind of cracked and broken in places, almost like a crag of landscape, but on its body. Lots of pieces of frostbite that were bludgeoned up all over its kind of bulbous body.
Can I position that in a way where I don't hit Lumo, but I hit the other vampire spawn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The only thing is you have to be able to see a point that can hit all of those.
Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Such a point exists, but you'd have to probably be on this side of that wall to be able to hit it, I think. Because the Beholder is 30 feet up and they're 30 feet down, so you'd have to be You have to hit the wall almost perfectly, like right here. Unfortunately, I don't have a better way of, with the overhead view, to make a three-dimensional awareness easier. This is one where isometric view is actually nice. Or some cool door forge. Something built would have been real nice too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
What? Could you delete that? Sorry.
Just something different. That's not a good.
Gotcha. Now on the Archduke's turn, you could see that he kind of continues to mumble a little bit of chant that you couldn't hear before. But now that the barrier is much smaller, it is a little more audible. And as at this, like, the chanting itself stops, and then the spike and the energy that is being pulled from the child into the Archduke himself, and you can see that it flares brightly as you can see that misty effect like come up out of the child and just draw in, and the pulsing stops. At the end of this round, I think we're going to go for intermission.
All right, I lean into this cultist and I whisper to him, "Donner dans lumière."
And he fails from the dissonant whispers.
No, wait, that's not the right one.
Oh, mockery? Oh.
No, it's dissonant whispers.
Okay, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, sorry, just hit the wrong one. It's the same wisdom DC 14 though. So, did you give him back 4 points?
Let me see.
Sorry.
Okay, done. You can see that Izzy's mom is still focusing on Izzy, just almost oblivious to the fact that Kara's just right here in the way. You can see her just try with all of her might to just lift the scimitar off the ground. As she starts trying to walk forward in towards Izzy, just kind of running into Kara, who impedes her movement. She just stands there. As you can see, it is indeed too late. Oh no shit, the Discord thing's annoying. Anyway, so as you can see, it is too late. My sacrifice was made. And for it the master has grown stronger.
Are they all still chanting?
They are, yes. They are indeed still chanting. As they're still, even on the corner that has no cultists at it, there is still power flowing to the pillars in the middle. Although now the pillars are on the outside of the force barrier.
You said the pillars are totemic? Like, are they made of stone?
Yes. They look to be some kind of carved stone.
Whacking away. Could I possibly use my bonus action to rip this corpse off the thing? Or would that require full action?
The way it's impaled, you wouldn't be able to just rip it off in the way. It would require quite a bit to get up on top of it and pull it over, or to try to knock it down maybe or something.
Okay. Fucking Alfred. Everybody hide.
Apparently, it's just me he can hit.
It needs you to make a Constitution saving throw. This final bolt hitting into you is just enough to break concentration long enough for your spell to end.
Ow!
Volley of arrows from all these skeletons. As they maneuver their way around.
Hey, wait, that last guy? Can I use a bardic inspiration and use cutting words and tell him to stop it, to cut it out? on the damage roll?
Does it reduce damage, or does it?
It says when a creature that you see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use a reaction to expend one of my bardic inspirations and subtract the number rolled from the creature's roll.
That's from the attack roll part.
Yeah,
You said attack or damage.
Did it say attack or damage?
it did.
Oh, okay, attack or damage. Then yeah, you can roll your d8 to reduce the damage of.
So I can get 5 back.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead and apply that. Okay. And with that, I think we need to take a few minutes before we start the next round. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream for a bit, and we're gonna take 15 minutes, so 35 after. Then we'll turn it back on and see how we fare with still a powerful vampire that's now more powerful. Zombie beholder and a few skeletons and some cultists. See how we can wrap that up.